What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Welcome to some Forza Horizon 4 and, as usual, welcome to another Wheelspin drift build. Now, I'm driving the Supra right now. Obviously this is not the car we're going to use for this video, but this is the car that I used for yesterday's video. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, it'll be somewhere on the channel where I actually ended up building Paul Walker Supra. So it's a brand new series that I started, so go ahead and check it out if you're interested. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing a Wheelspin drift build. Now, if you're new to the series and you don't know what is happening here, first of all, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. It really helps me out a lot. Also, like the video if you enjoyed it, but obviously do that at the end of the video. Anyway, if you're new to the series, you don't know what Wheelspin drift builds are. Basically, what I do is I go into a Super Wheelspin, usually, sometimes a normal Wheelspin, but Super Wheelspins give more interesting cars, I think. And then whatever car I get in the spin, I have to turn it into a drift car. But then the rest of the money that's in that spin, I will end up using it as my budget for the build. The car will have to be the furthest to the left. Whatever car that is, I'll use as the car of choice. A Renault 5 Turbo Forza Edition. We have 45 grand to go ahead and build this thing. I am quite looking forward to this one. Because this is a Renault 5 Turbo, I may... is this all-wheel drive? I don't know if the Forza Edition is all-wheel drive, but we'll see. So I have 45 grand to go ahead and modify this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and collect my price. I'll add it to garage, so it's completely stock. I've already had what I used before. This is one of the best cars to use if you were to rack up some points. There you go. There's mine here. It's all-wheel drive. Okay, so standard, this thing is rear-wheel drive. It's S1 900. It's already got the power and all that. What I want to do, I think, is I want to all-wheel drive swap this thing. I think this should be a very good all-wheel drive drift car. It's very short wheelbase. Like I definitely think that this is gonna be a good drift car. Like it's technically a rally car. There's a Ferrari just floating over me. Just go see that. This sounds great. Oh Jesus. And with this also being already slightly modified, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with this car. Someone's drifted a Volvo there. Oh my god, it's so... Oh god. I don't think this was built for me to try slide. Yeah, it definitely not. It just feels... It feels... I don't know, the front end just feels super light. Wait, one second, let me have a look here. Am I on sim steering? I don't think I am. I'm not on sim steering. It feels so weird. There's a little bit of a feeling that this thing has its engine in the rack. I don't know, the handling physics just feels so weird on it. Oh god. Okay, but yeah, they definitely didn't make this thing. When they tuned it, obviously this isn't the standard Renault 5 Turbo, but whenever they tuned the Forza Edition version of the car, they didn't expect people to take it out sliding. Because this is definitely not what it's built for. Okay, I'm slightly getting the hang of it. It's just I can't have too much angle with it because I will spin it out. See what I mean? Like, that's gone. I was out of control there. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. This is hard to drive. It sounds brilliant, though. It sounds so good. Okay, I'm turning this thing into an all-wheel drive. I think this should be a lot of fun as an all-wheel drive. But yeah, like I said, this is one of the best cars to rack up some skill points with. So if you go into your car mastery here, you'll be able to see you can get this thing to, I think, 7. Yeah, you can get this thing to 7 with the multiplier. And then obviously you can have it so your skill chain lasts longer. You get 20% more. Like I've said this before. This is one of the best ones for this. What's this? Okay, well, you could already have this. This is already a turbo, a Renault 5 Turbo Forza Edition, so I don't know why it was giving me the option to change that. Anyway, it's 10 grand. 10,000 to do this swap, which I'm kind of tempted. We still have another, like, what, 35 grand, but that just means that now we can focus a little bit more on everything else. What tires does it have? It is on race tires at the moment, so it's got really, really fat tires, by the way. Very, very fat. 245s. I think we're going to bring that down to 205s. And then 295s on the back. And then we'll do 205s to we'll do 255s. I think that should be okay. That should be more than decent for that. So that's 13,800 gone. Again, I'm not really worried too much about power. I think all of this, diff, first of all, is very important. Transmission was fine, honestly. Honestly, I think the transmission was fine. The clutch was fine as well. I don't really want to change that. Obviously, because we ended up changing the drivetrain of this thing. Actually, wait, yeah, you're right. Because we changed the drivetrain of it, this thing doesn't have the same transmission and all that setup that I had before. Okay, I'm gonna put a racing clutch and a racing transmission in it, just so we can actually modify it at the end. Power-wise, do I actually need more power? I'm not entirely sure. It's got 518 now. I could possibly get this thing to have a little bit more power. Maybe? Or is everything just fully upgraded anyway, as it is? I think it might be. It's not. Never mind. Look, we could just still have it have a tiny bit more power. Was it just a block that wasn't upgraded? I think it might have been. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. As for our suspension, does it have drift suspension? Oh my god, it does. Okay. This could be the first car that I don't actually have to use any sort of what about weight reduction? Oh, it's already done. Everything's done for me here. Everything is literally done for me. I could put another engine in it if I really want to. Do I want to though? It's under 28 grand. It's just gonna go over budget. Yeah, like I said, this might be the first car here. That looks so good. That looks so good. We could go back to the original parts if you want here. Obviously don't want to do that. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it definitely looks great the way it is now. I definitely don't want to change that. Okay, so this is probably the first car that I ended up building that I haven't had to use my full budget for. So we still have quite a bit to go in our money, but I think this should be okay to drive, as an all-wheel drive especially. As for our tune, I already have a tune for this thing, but I'm not going to choose that one. I'll leave it the way it is right now, and then I'll obviously go ahead and drive it and see what it's like. However, I will lock the diff. I'll put a little bit of more power to go towards the rear wheels. So do that. As for the rear, I think the deceleration could be on like 0 or 100. I don't think it makes a difference too much there. But as for my torque distribution, I'm gonna make this thing more rear-wheel drive. So 80%. We'll do 20-80 split, which means 80% of the power will go to the rear wheels, and 20% to the front. And we'll see what it drives like now. It should be a little bit different. That drift suspension is going to make a big difference, I think. Oh, the all-wheel drive makes a big difference. It's still so fast. It's because it's on race tires. It's on race tires. It feels so fast to drive. Okay, I think downhill we should be good. We should be good. Even though it's lacking power, I think. To be an all-wheel drive drift car. On race tires. This is technically a rally car that I built right now, but a rally car for the road. Look how much it slows down because of those tires. We'll see what it's like now. I want to change, I think, the tune on this thing a little bit. It's it's so quick. I don't really need to be this fast car. Yeah, I need to adjust my toe camera a little bit with this thing. Those tires are just getting a little bit too much grip. I need them to lose a little bit of grip. I honestly thought just bringing the rear tires to like 255s would be decent for this thing, but there's still too much contact patch on the road. I need a little bit less. It's so quick to drive. Jesus Christ. Like it's absolutely flying through corners. It's not taking its time or anything, it's just goes straight through them. It's super, super lightweight, that's probably why it changes direction so quickly. It's very snappy. That's why when I was driving it before, just as a rear wheel drive, I was like, this feels so light on the front end, it just snaps in the direction that you're pointing it at. Felt like a race car. Okay, pulled off 347 in points. Jesus. Okay, I'll mess with my tune a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, let's try this thing again. It should be a little better this time. Camber, caster, toe, all changed. Get this thing to drive a little bit easier. I'm sorry that it's nighttime and raining. Obviously I can't really do anything about that, it just decided to happen. Even my tire pressure I changed a little bit. This is much better. It just feels like it's actually making the wheel slide underneath the car and it's not just pushing it along. I also changed my power distribution now, so it's or my torque distribution, and it's 90-10 split. So 90% of the power goes to the rear wheels. It's quite easy to control now as well. I think this is a decent build actually. It's definitely much better than before. Much, much better. Not only you can see it in points, but you can also see it in just the way this thing drives. That was my mistake, taking that corner like that. It doesn't just absolutely send itself down the hill as fast as possible anymore. It actually wants to drift. Which is perfect. So that's what this series is about. Oh, I left it too low. I left it fall a little bit too low in the revs. That was my fault. Miles better than before. Miles better. What a good little car. Okay, well, I guess that's pretty much it for this build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry about the weather. I really can't do anything about it, but it just happened to start raining. It's a lovely little car to drive. It is a lovely little car to drive. It drives very, very well. Much better than before. I think I'm going to put the tune up for it. So if you guys want to go ahead and search up for it and try to get it yourselves, feel free to do so. But that's going to be it for this build. I didn't even have to use all of my money for it, which is great. But yeah, look how dim those dials are. It's so odd looking. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys very much for watching. As usual, if you enjoyed the content, and don't forget to subscribe, like the video as well, comment down below whatever else you guys want to see. And that is it. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Goodbye. It's so smooth to drive. Look at that. That was mad.